Waverly Wolverines looking for their first state title in program history, whereas those Tioga Tigers looking to make it a three-peat in Class T. A special day indeed, whether it's as a Binghamton baseball fan or as a New York Mets fan. Optimism is on the horizon. Mets starting catcher Francisco Alvarez beginning a rehab stint here in AA Binghamton, where he started his season in 2022. We through the process of how this came to be. How did Vestal get to be kind of the home of the Section 4 championships this year? A childhood game where instead of tackling, you just simply rip a flag off of a belt. And this year, for the first time ever, the New York State Public High School Athletic Association. And throughout this interview, and even off air, you've talked a lot about your family. How important was that aspect, taking their opinion into account when coming to Binghamton? Well, you guys have played in plenty of tournaments in the non-conference. How have those experiences helped you going into this weekend? And you've earned your right to play the Carolina Thunderbirds in a best-of-5 series. You played them 4 times this year, 2-2 against them in the regular season. What have you learned about them throughout the season?
Welcome back to Spartan Stadium here in Maine Endwell, and joining us now, one of, if not the best kicker here in New York State, Jack Hennessy.
Sherwood, I should say, Commissioner's Cup champion, Brant Sherwood. How are the emotions right now, Coach? Turner's guys who maybe had smaller stints last season, or in guys like Hayden Singer's case who did play the majority of the season in Binghamton. Is there a newcomer, a guy who has not played at AA at all, that really has caught your eye? And Bob, you're a Southern Tier native yourself. You've been watching Binghamton hockey for 4 decades now. What would a win tonight mean for these fans in this building?
Throwing a no-hitter is often considered the highlight of one season, but how about back-to-back no-hitters? That's exactly what Ryan Wright and Justin Reeve have done for the Afton baseball team, but they're not worried about that being the highlight. They want to use it as a springboard for the rest of the season.
You can see fans still trickling in, but in about a half hour. This place is going to be absolutely bumping. As you can see, it's already starting.
I don't want to dwell on that, but there is still a lot of season left. How do you think those losses helped fuel you guys going into this season?
Punt, Bellis under center, tosses to Drew Maycomer. He's out of frame, then boom! Runs a safety over, lowers the shoulder, keep it moving. Maycomer showing some grit, and he would be the one to put the exclamation point on the drive. Nobody stopping here. A 10-minute drive. So, lurking in the shadows, Hogan Shaw waiting. Joey Tomaso cutting towards him. Gets it. Deep 3, a heat check, and in there for Joey. What a shot. Waverly jumps out to a 14-point lead. Own shortstop Mike Stelrack giving this ball a ride into the gap. Outfielder's going to stretch out for it, but it falls, and Mike has himself a stand-up double. 2 batters later, Tommy Reifler, the leadoff hitter, pulls this one strong. 2 out to Handlin into the outfield. Stelrack comes in from third. He's going to fire it towards the net. Going to ricochet away, but not out. Liam Anderson comes down with it, fires no, but Austin Thompson on the rebound buries it. Thompson in the right place at the right time, ties us up at 1 goal apiece. Throw gas, win games. That's what one Maine Endwell pitcher said when asked about his game plan when he gets the ball. And with a 13-4 record, the Spartans have done just that, looking to peak at the right time as sectionals are right around the corner. The Maine Endwell Spartans, one of the fiercest pitching staffs in all of Section 4.
When they're throwing all 3 pitches for a strike, it's tough on the hitters.
At the top of that rotation is senior Liam Hadfield, a tall, right-handed gunslinger.
Pumping right now. Everything's working for him right now. Throwing really hard, blowing it by guys.
Hadfield has been at or near the top of the Spartans rotation for a couple of seasons now, but it was last Monday against Binghamton where he ousted his best performance yet. 7 innings, 17 strikeouts, 1 walk, and most impressively, no hits.
I thought it was really cool. I mean, I was dialed in, obviously. I just did my best and did what I could control.
You'd be hard-pressed to find as dominant a performance from any Section 4 pitcher this year, and then it happened again.
Yeah, it was a fun game to catch both of them. It was a really good experience. After the first one, I was like, wow, doesn't happen a lot. And the second one, I was like, wow, that's rare.
You heard that right. 2 days later, junior Cooper Klinger, the quote-unquote junk pitcher of the duo, took the mound.
Being able to go decent hard fastball and then good off speed, just being able to confuse them.
Safe to say, the mix-up did confuse batters enough. Klinger copied Hadfield's feat, going 7 innings, allowing no hits while picking up 11 Ks. An accomplishment ME head coach Matt Rowley has never seen.
It's amazing. Something I haven't seen, and have it back-to-back games was kind of cool. Both of them threw the ball very well. Coming into this time of year, that's what you want to see. Your pitchers, trying to get on the mound and dominate a little bit, and they both showed some tremendous stuff the last couple games.
And if the Spartans seem cool, calm, and collected about the whole thing, it's because they are. The program has their eyes set on hardware.
I think our goal should be bigger than making it out of sectionals. I think we should make it to the state championship. I think that should be our big goal because senior year, I really want to make something happen for the team and for the school.
So whoever's on the mound for Maine Handball, just know they want to
Throw hard, throw gas, win games.
The Unitigo Franklin baseball team has been one of the best programs in the Mid-State Athletic Conference in recent memory. And if you watch any of their games, it'll be pretty easy to figure out why that's the case.
meet Braden and Xander Johnson, the fastball toting, curveball slinging, lefty-righty brother aces out of Unitigo.
They're humble. They earn it. They go do it. Look to the future.
Maybe the Johnsons are a bit more soft-spoken than I let on. That doesn't mean they don't strike fear into Section 4 hitters.
Braden's a dog, and Xander just an inning eater.
Braden is a senior, a massive lefty with a daunting pitch mix.
I'd say my best pitch overall is probably curveball, and then I feel like my two-seam fastball runs away from guys quite a bit, so I feel like that works pretty well.
Whereas Xander is the younger sophomore righty who prefers to just pump gas.
Just fastball up, not like throwing it hard, so.
But for all their differences, mainly their handedness, the two describe each other the same way.
I'd say he's calm. I feel like he's very loose. I feel like loose.
Playing with one another might have contributed to that.
Without one, the other isn't going to be as good. There may be like a little bit of like competitiveness in there too, and that's good. And I think also just having each other at home to go and work. I mean, they throw at home. They throw bullpens at home. They do when they can't get to school or it's summer and they're playing Legion and maybe they're not playing as much. They're working on their craft.
The pinnacle of that off-season work was a couple seasons back.
Threw a perfect game in the summer of my 10th grade year at Doubleday, and he called that game, and that was pretty cool.
A perfect game thrown by Braden and caught by Xander. So maybe sometimes they're competitive together, but when they're on the same field together, they simply just elevate one another.
We just went from there, and it's been pretty good since. So,
win or lose throughout the sectional tournament, the Johnsons will always get to say they dominated from the mound together in high school and potentially again in a couple years in college.